y'all, Budzy here with my first build guide video. We're going to be going over Night of the Eclipse today. Night of the Eclipse is a build focused around Sinister Strike, Eviscerate, Wrath, and Starfire. I've been using this build and loving it since the day it came to Area 52 a few months ago and would not ask for anything else. Its AoE is not great, but the fact that you can just pound stuff down single target as hard as you can makes you look like you're doing great AoE. And it really doesn't have any ramp up. I'll start fights sometimes at 20k DPS. With the IE changes, I don't know if anyone has known or remembered what it was. Infused energy before the change was bugged and was proccing off Starfall. It no longer works. So we switched over to Tides of Battle. Basically gives you 50% energy regen as long as you're keeping your Sinister Strikes hitting below 90 energy. Super good. Other two REs are your basic arcane damage and nature damage. Pretty easy peasy. We go with Moon Fury, 3 of those, mental quickness, and don't make me angry. Those are all pretty obvious ones. I think any hybrid is going to go mental quickness. Don't make me angry and Moon Fury are just too good to pass up on for this build. And for energy regen, we'll go with 1 improved Sinister Strike and 1 vitality. Say you go through the build and you know you're still having energy problems. You don't crit enough and your focused attacks isn't working. If you wanted to use an RE or get another vitality RE, Intelligent Design would be the first place you would want to go. Earth and Moon would be the second. All these other REs you don't want to change if you can help it. I think Moon Fury would be your next biggest thing at a high gear. If you're 120 item level, Don't Make Me Angry would probably be your next best bet. If you need hitter expertise, also the first REs I would change, Intelligent Design or Earth and Moon. As far as energy goes, for talents, we run 2 points focus attacks, 3 points vitality, and 1 point combat potency, as well as 2 points into improved Sinister Strike. The damage on this doesn't really matter, you're really just going for energy reduction. And when it comes to strength versus agi for this build, strength does seem to pull a little bit ahead. I would say maybe, if you put it in a percentage, maybe 5%, if that. I don't know. A buddy of mine that tests the agi version of this that I've made pulls about 1,000 less DPS than me, and he's about the same item level. And one of the weird things about my build that many people ask me about is, why do you run Nature's Grace? Spell Haste, what does it do? Spell Haste lowers your GCD on spells, so you might not be casting Wrath or Starfire, but you still have a GCD on it, and 20% Spell Haste is equal to 0.15 GCD time. So doesn't sound like a lot, but over, some of the Ascended fights are 6 minutes long, 0.15 adds up to a lot. I mean, you can get 2, 3, maybe 5 full rotations in just because of that extra haste. And yeah, so if you don't have a lot of crit though, maybe it's not as worth. This might be one of the places you would want to take out for if you needed hitter expertise. As far as talents, the next place, if you're undergeared, if you're highly geared, if you have 45% unbuffed crit, I would keep this. This is pretty big. If you're 30% crit, it's not going to be as good for you. But back to, if you need more expertise, hit the talents I would come out of are first Armor to the Teeth, or followed by Deadliness. Armor to the Teeth first, then Deadliness. If you're an agi person, you would take Mental Dexterity over Deadliness or Armor to the Teeth, just because the agi set just seems... The agi bis set has a lot of intellect, so it works out and gives you most of the time more attack power than Deadliness or Armor to the Teeth would. Go into rotation, basic rotation, 2 Sinister Strikes, you get 2 stacks of Night of the Eclipse, and depending on whether you're in Starfire phase or Wrath phase, lunar or solar, whatever you want to call it, yeah, 2 Sinister Strikes into that on 5 combo points, Solar Strike. AoE packs, use Magma Totem on cooldown, and it's pretty simple rotation. When I pop my cooldowns, I usually try to do it on Wrath phase, Solar phase. It seems, if you get good crits, it's super rewarding. If you don't, it's not as bad, I guess, but it's still not great. But if you can get a Wrath phase with Arcane Power up and crit the whole way through it, then your DPS, you can see 20k first. You're gonna think maybe you want to keep the solar burn up 100%. You'll have 80%ish uptime with this rotation, because you're gonna do 2 Sinister Strikes into Starfire basically 3 times until you get, it'll be 6 combo points into Eviscerate. But that's basically it. I'll post my build in the description below. If you have any questions, message me on Discord. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more build guides to come soon. Bye, guys.